if I want to apply the conditional formatting on this range, so I
Mm-hmm.
must have to select this first. So that's where the first thing you have to do. Then simply if I select this and I just go to the home and the conditional formatting.
Mm-hmm.
So as I said, this first one, the highlight sale rule. So these all are highlighting the sales only.
Yeah.
But these are different rules. Like these are conditional operators. Yesterday, what we seen, greater
Mm-hmm.
than, less than, equal to,
Between,
not
yeah.
equal to. Yeah. So these are the rules. The
Yeah.
same top bottom rules, same data bar rules, color
Okay.
scale rule, but these are bit different in nature. So we'll see
Okay.
how those are different. So first we start with the highlight cell rule, and simply this says greater than. I selected first this range, and I'm saying greater than. When you click on this, so it takes one by default number. It is saying 81.5. If it is greater than anything 81.5, then those are highlighting with these colors: light red filled with dark red text.
Yeah.
This is how it is looking like right now. But you can customize always here. As I said, the score is less than or maybe greater than 50. So I can just type here 50. So
Okay.
now, you can see greater than 50, and those are getting highlighted. So light red, which will click OK. So this
Mm-hmm.
conditional formatting is applied on this particular range now. So once that conditional formatting get applied, until and unless you are not deleting it, then till that time that will remain there only. So that would not go like when we delete the data, that doesn't mean we have already deleted the conditional formatting. So that is not the case. If, for example, if I add here 60, then this is greater than 50, right? Still that
Mm-hmm.
cell getting highlighted because we have deleted only data, but not the conditional formatting, which is applied on that particular range.
Oh,
Okay, so if I do here 80, then yeah, obviously I would get that highlighted. So this is how,
40. If you type 40, then it won't.
yeah, correct. Because rule is only set
But
is
then this is
greater than
only
50.
for the where it has been selected, only for
Correct.
those cells.
This
Okay.
cells, correct. Out of this cell, if I add 90, that doesn't impact anything.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the cells have been formatted, not the text or values.
Yeah, correct. Sales only. But along with that, if you see the if you want to highlight it, the values or maybe
Mm-hmm.
only highlight, do not change any format. Like if you want to highlight the text in red only or green only, so that is also possible. But most probably we do highlight the cell. We do only cell formatting most of the time because that we can quickly capture that where it is getting highlighted. When text is in red or text is in green, so that may be miss here and there. But when we see whole cell is getting highlighted, then we can quickly see that, right, and that is we can quickly go to that particular cell. So that is the reason conditional formatting is always helpful when we are highlighting whole or entire cell.
Okay.
Okay, so this is how the conditional formatting works. There is a lot
And a
of
quick,
other.
sorry, quick
Yeah.
question here.
Mhm.
When do we use conditional formatting
Yeah,
usually?
yeah, correct. Yeah, that is a good question. So, conditional formatting we always
Mm-hmm.
use in that scenario where we want to highlight something. Like I have to see who are the top scorer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to see who are the top most employees, which I want to give the bonus or which I want to give some incentive. right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe if I want to put some employees onto the PIP, or maybe low performer, if I want to identify, then
Mm-hmm.
that the conditional formatting come in picture. So there are multiple reason where we can, but only these conditional formatting we use to highlight or maybe to identify without any formula or without anything doing. So only just select the data and go to the conditional formatting and just apply the conditional formatting or criteria which you want to identify the people or maybe to identify the data. So that is the main purpose of the conditional formatting.
But Rajkumar, one question here. So
Hmm. Hmm.
suppose now this is like only 11 or 10 rows, right?
Correct,
This
correct.
data is very small. Suppose it
Yeah,
was data of 200 cells, like
yeah.
200 columns, rows.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then that is when we can't use conditional because you won't be able to do it by your eyes. So that is when we need some
Yeah.
formula, right?
No, no, no. I would tell you that how do we are dealing with that kind of situation. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, if you see, let me go ahead and check the data. Okay, so if you see here, this data
Mm-hmm.
is 134 row, right? And we
Right.
are just about row number one right now. So, for example, if I copy this and come here in the conditional operator and just put here. Okay, so here, so
Mm-hmm.
in that case, I'm just highlighting. I have to. I don't want to select entire like range or by using the cursor or using the mouse or
Mm-hmm.
maybe using the arrow one by one, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
instead of that, what I will do, I will just select the entire column.
Okay.
Okay, then I just go ahead and apply the because I know the score always the number in this column. The data would not change, or maybe the format of data would not change anymore because this score means I am expecting only numbers to become in this particular column. So that is the
Okay.
reason if I apply entire column same rule that make more sense rather than selecting few cells or few range, right?
Okay.
So I selected this and I went ahead and applying the conditional formatting greater than. It is taking by default 125. Just I'm adding 200 or maybe that is
No,
not
90
there.
because that, yeah,
Okay.
100 or 90 maybe.
Mhm. Okay, okay, 90 I'm selecting and clicking OK. So now there might be chances where some numbers or maybe some sales are getting
Yeah,
highlighted after row number 21, which is I
yeah.
can't see. In that
See,
case,
yeah.
simply what you have to do, you have to sort by the color.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you can get all numbers got sorted at the top.
Okay.
Yeah, when you sort by color, then or maybe you can filter by color as well. So where you can actually get the uh,
One
uh,
second. I missed
mhm.
that step.
Okay,
What did you click over here on
okay.
the score directly? Directly, you get. So when you do formatting, when you
Mhm.
apply that conditional formatting, that is when you get the arrow down, or
Correct. No, no, no.
then.
I applied the. Okay, let me redo it. Okay, sorry. Uh, okay, so now first I applied the conditional formatting,
Mm-hmm.
home, then conditional formatting, and then greater than 90. Okay,
Yeah.
so I did not get any arrow or filter here. So
Right.
what I have done, I have selected these two column or maybe
Mm-hmm.
only score, and I went ahead into the filter here and I applied the
Oh,
filter.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, then I have to when I click on this arrow or maybe this drop
Mm-hmm.
down, so I would
Mm-hmm.
get that sort by color.
Sort by color, and you clicked on. Okay.
Correct, and that's how I sorted by
So
the
you
color.
clicked on no fill, right?
No feel.
No. What
No,
did you
no.
click on?
Yeah, this one color, this color.
Okay.
Yeah, no fill. If I do no fill, then all will get which are not highlighted, sorted. Because there is no
Okay.
fill right in the cell color. No color is
Right.
filled out for these cells.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the reason I sorted by the color, which has the already some light red text or maybe light red feel inside that cell color.
Mm-hmm. So that's how you get, okay.
Correct.
And if there are like, now this is like one column, but if there are more
Mm-hmm.
columns, like 10, 12
Mm-hmm.
columns,
Mm-hmm.
and the rows are up to 200, supposedly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Even then, you will be doing the same?
Uh, Honestly, yeah, we have to go one by one because if there are multiple columns, then I just go ahead and check one by one. Like because every column has different conditional formatting. We cannot apply multiple conditional rule on same column. Yeah, let me add that as well here. And uh, one column should have only one column should have only one conditional rule. Okay, so this is the second point, or maybe you can say, yeah, on your question. So there are multiple columns has the conditional formatting. Then those all you can apply same rule to all column. There is no issue like how we have applied to this particular column, and you can just simply go ahead and filter again here, and the same way how we have filtered out. So you can
Mm-hmm.
first filter sort by the color here, or you can just go ahead and filter by color, go to the next and filter by color, and go to the next and filter by color. Like you can go all by this technique, otherwise you can go simply one by one, check how many are highlighted here. So you can just copy the data for February along with this employee, like this.
Mm-hmm.
And you can create anything whatever you want to do with that data with Feb. The same, you can just remove the filter and filter out the March data, and you can just copy this all. Like this is how do one by one, but most probably I would say um, at a time we are looking at one column only, because when I'm checking for February, I'm checking how many top scorer or maybe more than 50 scorer in February.
Mm-hmm.
Then I just go to the next and I just check how many are more scorer than 50 in the in month of March. And the same I would go. That is the reason there is no such instance where you are filtering multiple column at a time.
Okay.
Yeah, because every column may have different conditional rules, so that doesn't make sense when I'm filtering the first column versus last column.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that is there.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one way to highlight. Okay, the same when I telling this particular range to highlight more than 50, the same way I can say less than 50. So that is the second option of the conditional formatting. So I select the data, go to home, conditional
Mm-hmm.
formatting, and here less than simply, and you can say 50. So when I click OK, so whatever is less than 50, those are getting highlighted here.
Okay.
Yeah, simple rule. Only these are the basic parameter, the arithmetic of operator as we discussed yesterday, or maybe we have seen in the mathematics when we are in a school. So the same greater than or less than. So the same way we can highlight if this particular range has the equal number to the 50. So that is also available there. So if I go ahead and check equal to 50, so currently there is nothing. So that is the reason nothing is getting highlighted. If I do 50, then that would be highlighted.
Highlighted there. Yeah.
Yeah. But along with that, we can do a bit different thing. Only highlighting by default whatever option is there. Other than that, we can customize our conditional formatting, or maybe our like you can say the color we can choose ourselves. So that is also available there. So let me show you in the next rule. For example, here. Score not equal to, okay, in between, if I go ahead and select this and say conditional formatting between, okay, so here I'm saying 47 to 116, that is by
Mm-hmm.
default it is taken. So let me put this 50 versus 100. Okay. Now here this is a by default whatever option we are getting to get highlighted that cell. But as I said, if I want to choose myself something different to get highlighted instead of this color red, I want to choose something else. So you can click on this drop down and you can see there are other options like yellow field with dark yellow text,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
green fill with green text, or light red fill only fill and then
Mm-hmm.
only red text. There is no
Right.
cell highlighted, only red. The text can be highlighted as a red.
Right.
No fill in the cell, or
Cell.
no
Yeah.
color fill, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only red border. So
Yeah.
there is no fill with the cell, or no font color for the text. Only a border will be get highlighted in a red color. So that is also there. So otherwise you have custom format where you can choose in custom format, go to fill, and you can choose whichever color
Mm-hmm.
you want to highlight. For example, I want to get this one, so I will click OK, and I will click OK. So you can see that color is got highlighted. So, so there is no such cases where whatever is there by default you go with that always. So if you want to go with some other color or maybe any other pattern, so that is also possible. For example, if I go ahead and just here and paste as a value. Okay, so now if I want to highlight, for example, home conditional formatting equal to let's say 100. Okay, so in
Mm-hmm.
this case, I can choose in the field. If you go here in the pattern color, so you can choose any pattern color, and if you want to choose any pattern, so you can choose that as well, like this pattern. And if you want color for that pattern would be like this, or maybe some yellow kind yellow. And if you click OK, so that pattern is getting applied here.
Mm-hmm.
So wherever I have 100, that pattern will be get applied.
Applied. Okay. Yeah, like different. Yeah, I got
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah, correct. So there are whatever default is there, so that is there always. But if you want to do your customization with the
Yeah.
highlighting cell or color, so you can do that as well.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is something which you can see. So you can
Mm-hmm.
see, right, greater than, less than, between, equal to. We have seen the same with text that contains. So this is text. For example, if I want to highlight text, select this particular column, and let's say there is some other number names. Um, okay. So here, if I go ahead and select, and I can select text as well, simple text that
Mm-hmm.
contains, and
Mm-hmm.
ABC is coming by default, but I want to get highlighted Rajkumar. So you can see at the back end already that got highlighted, and if I want to highlight with some other color, maybe red, I click OK, and that would be red now. So this is how you can highlight the numbers. If you want to highlight text, that is also available. That option is also available in conditional formatting. And
Okay.
there is one more thing you can get highlighted, the date column as well, but there are a lot of you can say limitation. So there is no customization option is available for date, like how we have customized the number, like I can customize anytime 50, greater than 50 or greater than 30, 40, 1, 2, any number we can customize by our requirement, but for date that is not available. So only you have to choose whatever the option is available in the date conditional formatting. So in
Okay.
that case, if you see, I just add one date related column here. Okay, so this is my date range. And if I want to highlight date related column, so you can see highlight date occurring. So this is the option. And you can see here, I can't add my date. So in this drop down, whatever option is there, I have to select that only. So there is no customization option is available as per our requirement. So that is the reason the date related conditional formatting uh, used very list, or maybe you can say a lot of time we do not use date related, because that works only for this month, or pre next month, or last month, and next
Mm-hmm.
week, this week, last week. Otherwise, today, tomorrow, yesterday. Only these options are available. What about if I want to highlight 2 months back data? So that not
Mm-hmm.
available here,
Not
or
available.
maybe
Okay.
correct. So that is the limitation for this.
Okay.
So if I choose next week, so this is getting highlighted.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If I choose yesterday, there is no yesterday. Tomorrow only, so only tomorrow is getting highlighted. Or
Okay.
maybe this week, so all this week data is getting highlighted.
Okay.
Okay, so only that is the reason we avoid to use date related whatever option there, because I'm okay if I'm dealing with the 1 month data, or maybe I'm dealing with the data where I have to showcase only this week tat, like last week versus this week's how many tat, or maybe turnaround time got missed. I want to just highlight those value or those row, so in that case, this is suitable. But as I said, if I want to highlight 2 months back, 3 months back, or we, so that is not possible.
Okay. Got it.
Mhm. Okay. So this is all conditional formatting. But
Mm-hmm.
here, if you see yesterday, the conditional formatting we have seen greater than or equal to. That is not available here. Less than or equal to, you do not see here. Between
Yeah.
or maybe not equal to also we have seen yesterday, right? So that is also
Yeah.
not available here. So in that case, if you want to get applied those, so you have to go to more rules, then you can see
Okay.
those option as well. So for example, if I want to highlight
Mm-hmm.
for example, if I want to highlight 50 and above 50, or maybe equal or greater than 50 value, I want to highlight.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Mm-hmm.
maybe, so in that case, if I so when we are highlighting here, right? So if you see, when I say greater than 50, so when I have 50, that is not getting highlighted, because only
Mm-hmm.
greater than 50 numbers are getting highlighted, right?
Right.
But I want to get highlighted 50 and above 50. In
Mm-hmm.
that case, this conditional operator doesn't work. So in
Okay.
that case, we want to use equal or greater than option.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that option you do not see on primarily in this particular list, but you can see that rule when you go to the more rule.
More rules. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you can. Let me go ahead and select this. Where else? Okay. So copy, paste as the values. Okay. Now here I say score is greater than or equal to 50 should be get highlighted, and I can just add some 50 values. Okay. Now
Mm-hmm.
select, go to home, conditional formatting, and here in the more rule. When I go to the more rule,
Yeah.
just go to this is getting by default to second option, so don't change it. And
Okay.
if you come in the in the bottom where you can see sale value, keep as it
Mm-hmm.
is, and here
Mm-hmm.
you can see greater than already. But
Okay.
when you click on this drop down, you can see greater than or equal to.
Or equal to. Got it.
Correct. And here you can put 50. But
Mm-hmm.
only disadvantage when you are
Mm-hmm.
going to the more rule is the format is not getting set by default. So for
Okay.
example, if I chose here 50 greater than or equal to and click
Mm-hmm.
OK, so nothing is getting highlighted.
So you have to
So
give a format.
correct. So yeah. So that's how we have to do. So select this, go to home, conditional formatting, go to the more rules, and select greater than or equal to, and put 50. And if you see here format,
No
no
format
format
set.
set.
Okay.
So you have to choose the format.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see the preview here,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
and then only that will get highlights.
Got it.
So that is the only disadvantage when you go to the more rules.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, everything is same. The logic and the whatever getting highlighted is same.
Mm-hmm. But Rajkumar, I had a question
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
I mean, when there is huge data, how do they
Mhm.
even do it? Like for so many, sometimes I've seen data being very huge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 20 lakh.
Yeah,
That is up to.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think the Excel does itself. We are not doing anything. So only we are selecting the column, whichever column we want to
Hmm.
apply the conditional formatting, and that's all. So X.
But here, like, see here, the data is small, so you able to hand select it, right? Like you put
Yeah,
it on
correct, correct.
second, like
Mm-hmm.
AV3 or AV2,
Correct,
that
correct.
cell, and then
Mm-hmm.
you dragged it down to
Correct.
AX14, 13, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So this you were like you did it manually.
Correct,
But
correct.
what if there's a huge data? Suppose we don't want to select the entire sheet.
Yeah, yeah,
Then what is the other option if the data is up to suppose 400
yeah.
row, but we want to select only until 200 row.
Yeah, yeah, correct. In that case, as I said,
Hmm.
so you don't need to select the data anymore. In that case, you have to just select the entire column. That's all.
So you select the entire, but that's what I'm saying. I don't want the
Hmm.
entire column selected.
Okay, okay, okay. In that
Then
case, yeah, yeah,
how
yeah.
do you
I
do
would,
it?
yeah, yeah, correct. I would good question that as well, and that is very good example, or maybe I would say that is very important concept to getting
Yeah,
data selected. How to select
yeah,
the data in quickly.
yeah,
So that
yeah.
is very important. Okay, no issues. So what I will do, for example, I have
Mm-hmm.
one cell data here, one is here, and
Mm-hmm.
one is here, and one is here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, there are. I want to select this data quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
This is here the small
No,
chunk
no,
of
one
data.
second. Let's do
Mhm.
this one more thing. Now, in the row 11, you have added one, right? If you
Correct.
can add one on a row 15 and 16 as well, so
Correct.
that I'll tell you what exactly I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have added here,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now, if suppose you want to select out of
Mm-hmm.
here only until a row, which is that one is on row 11
Mm-hmm. Correct.
and not below,
Correct.
then how will you do it?
Yeah, yeah, correct. So that is for that we use shortcut key. You would say shortcut key,
Mm-hmm.
That is control plus down arrow. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
control plus down arrow. When I say I am suppose here in the row number one,
Mm-hmm.
two, I just hold control button and I just hit down arrow. So, for example, sorry, control plus shift plus down arrow. Okay.
Okay.
So now when I see shift control, I am keeping hold and I just hit the down arrow. It is getting selected.
But then down arrow will come
Yeah,
until 15 also, right?
correct, correct. Then if you want to go ahead and select, again the keep selected shift and control, click down arrow. Again keep selected and go to the down arrow. So so
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
thing
I have a
is,
confusion here. Wait, wait, one
okay,
second.
okay, okay.
So now see, after this
Mm-hmm,
first one, which is in row
mm-hmm,
2,
correct,
directly you put control shift plus down arrow, it came to row 11. Suppose if there
correct.
was a value in row 10,
Mm-hmm.
then which one will it select?
11 only. So for example, I have here some data, right?
Right.
And
Hmm.
shift control down arrow, it's getting selected 10.
10,
Correct,
exactly. Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So
Now if
assume
you
that,
want
yeah, go
12,
ahead.
then
Yeah, yeah. If you want 12, so you can directly shift control and two time you have to click down arrow.
this is something tricky. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Okay.
if you want the 15, then you
Uh-huh.
click it thrice.
Yeah. One,
But what
two,
if
three.
all this, like, what if all these cells were filled? Like, entire
Yeah.
column was filled.
Yeah,
And
there is no
now,
issue. You
yeah.
can click in one go. For example, I have filled till here, okay, and if I
Mm-hmm.
shift control down, so it gets selected at one go.
Right.
Yeah, so
But
only
if you
that.
want only until 16, suppose,
Mhm.
then
Yeah,
how do you do?
then you can just simply, for example, if I shift control down arrow I selected, and if I want to go back till 16 now, I don't want
Yeah.
to select
Yeah.
17 and 18. So remove the what you say, uh, only after getting selected data, just
Mm-hmm.
release the control button and keep holding shift, and you can uh, click twice up arrow.
Okay. So, okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So you have to remove the control and then with shift you have to
yeah.
one
Keep
second,
shift and
I'll try that real quick so that
yeah,
I
yeah,
get an
sure, sure.
idea, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
You said command. I have command, so command shift and down arrow. This entire row is selected.
Hmm.
Now, if I keep that and if I move, okay, okay. But okay, I know I'm asking too many questions,
Yeah, yeah. No
but
issues. Good.
now suppose we have 500, right? Column,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
500
Correct.
rows,
Roads.
but
Correct.
I want until 200. Then
Yeah.
once we do control shift down, the entire column
Hmm.
gets selected. Now if
Yes,
I
you are right.
then do I have to keep on clicking shift until I come to the row 200?
No, no, no. That is again one more technique is there. For
Okay.
example, as you said, you have 500 row, right?
Uh-huh.
So let me go to the 500 row and I put some values. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So this is how I have till 511. I have the data, and you
Right.
want to select till
200,
200,
suppose.
right?
Yeah.
Correct. So in that case, what you have to do, you
Mm-hmm.
don't need to go to the 500 row, or maybe you don't need to select entire column first. So
Okay.
what you have to do, you have to go to, for example, I am in the BA 2. Here you
Mm-hmm.
go here name box and type BA 200
Okay.
and click enter, and you would
Okay.
be at 200, and then you use shift control up arrow.
Up or arrow. Okay. Okay. That's okay. Got it. And
Correct.
suppose now from 200, no, sorry,
Mhm.
now this from until 200, this all these values are selected, right? That is in
Correct.
column. Now I
Yes.
want in sorry, if we want in rows as well for the BB, BC, BD, B, all these
Mhm.
rows, all those values to be selected. Then I just have to, now this is already selected. So I just
Correct.
have to put shift, sorry,
Shift.
control, shift and side arrow.
Uh, yeah, you have to release control. Only shift keep holded, and you
And then
go
select
to
side
the
arrows. Oh,
correct
okay.
left right arrow, and then you can just
Got
do
it.
control R. Then the same value will be get populated.
Oh, if you do control R, then same values get populated.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay. This
we
I
will
always had this question, like how
okay
to
okay
select like a major big amount of
yeah
data.
yeah
Because small you usually can do it, but big
yeah.
how to do it. Okay.
Correct, correct. And this is very valid too because lot of time the time will go in selection of the data. And
Exactly.
that is very important. Thanks for asking that question because I always tell everybody whenever they come
Hmm.
to me. So I always tell, so how quick you select your data, that your productivity will be increased or maybe efficiency will be get increased. And
Exactly.
along with that, how you refrain to use the mouse, that
Yeah.
much time you will get a productivity increase or maybe efficiency will get increase. So I strongly recommend everyone to use shortcut. In first few days or few months you get bit difficulties, but when
Hmm.
you once get used to it, then there is you can in quickly you can do anything.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
correct.
Exactly. That's what
So
I wanted to know.
yeah,
Yeah.
no issues. And sometime, as you said, right, some data
Hmm.
is here, some data, maybe some blank rows are there, and some few more blanks are there, rows,
Yeah.
and like this data. This kind of
Yeah.
data you would get in very rare case.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you always get data filled. So there is
Mm-hmm.
no you can see one or two time or maybe one or two rows are blank in between in very rare
Mm-hmm.
case, but 99 time you would see the data is filled till the last row.
Okay, okay. Got it.
So you don't worry about it because this is just one example, but yeah, you would not get that kind of data
Okay, okay.
because systems, databases do not allow the blank rows. When you are pulling the data from any SQL server or any Oracle server or any SAP or
Mm-hmm.
any online data portal or cloud, so you always get data connected. There you might not see the entire row or entire column blank between the data set.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yes. Okay, got it.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we are almost
Out.
done, I
Yeah.
guess, today.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I have 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, yeah.
So, any
Mhm.
questions before ending the session?
No, not really. I think
Mhm.